coming up on Great Hearts, Great Stories.
So I'm dressed as Friar Tuck, who's a famous character from the stories of Robin Hood, in order to help the students get into the spirit of the day.
The legend lives on at Archway Veritas for the annual Robin Hood Day.
So just being able to have that memory associated with the book, it's really important and special.
It's a celebration of tradition and transition at Blazer Ceremonies across Great Hearts academies.
Here's this piece of the uniform that you're wearing is emblematic of your high status, right? By virtue of all the work you've put in, your high status in this school as a junior, as a senior.
Past graduates share their trials and triumphs in life after high school at the annual alumni panel hosted by Scottsdale Prep.
I went straight to Chicago, where I worked for a global creative advertising agency. I got to work on a couple cool projects with Stephen Curry and also Michelle Obama. So that was fun.
And later on, we're heading down to Gilbert, where Archway Prep recently hosted a national archery tournament.
That's all coming up on Great Hearts, Great Stories.
Welcome to Great Hearts, Great Stories, our monthly student newscast. I'm Rachel Barney, a senior here at Veritas Prep.
And I'm Kalyani Bhatnagar, also a senior here. We're kicking this episode off with a literary celebration at Archway Veritas.
Our campus was transformed into Sherwood Forest for the annual Robin Hood Day, a celebration for fourth graders who have been studying medieval history and who have recently read The Adventures of Robin Hood.
Teachers dressed up as characters from the books, and students partook in literary activities, including a chance to practice their archery skills.
So in the spirit of Sherwood Forest, we are celebrating the life and times of Robin Hood. So it's kind of an end celebration for our study of medieval history and our reading of Robin Hood, The Adventures of Robin Hood by Roger Lancelyn Green. So I'm dressed as Friar Tuck, who's a famous character from the stories of Robin Hood, in order to help the students get into the spirit of the day. Teachers will dress up as different characters. We also hung a bunch of wanted posters in the hallways to help them visualize what it might have been like to be running around with Robin Hood in Sherwood Forest. So behind me you can see they're practicing archery. Robin Hood famously is a longbowman from around the 1200s, and so the students are practicing their longbowmanship. In case of invasion by Normans or Saxons, we can fight them off. We've got a station called Capture the Gold, which is a modified version of Capture the Flag. It lets students kind of think about strategy and teamwork. We have a station dedicated to charity because even though he's an outlaw, Robin Hood is dedicated to helping people in need. So we partner with a local charity to make hygiene kits for people who need them, to write notes of encouragement. And then they also get to make a Robin Hood hat, the classic green with a red feather in the hat. And then lastly, they get to make catapults and besiege little cardboard castles because it is part of our medieval history unit, so we hope nobody shoots each other with the catapults. Robin Hood Day doesn't happen without parent volunteers. It's really nice to be able to show up, to be able to focus on the costume and getting the kids from place to place, and just be able to kind of enjoy the day and not have to run everything. So we're really grateful for everyone who's helping today. It really just helps them enjoy literature, right? We read literature in fourth grade, especially for enjoyment. We do get into themes and things like that, but it really is just fun, right? Learning stories that are essential. Characters from Robin Hood are mentioned in every kind of media, every kind of conversation. So just being able to have that memory associated with the book, it's really important and special.
At Scottsdale Prep, past graduates returned for alumni panels, sharing their advice for current seniors and their experiences since graduating Great Hearts.
I graduated from Scottsdale Prep in 2020, and it was a COVID year, so I went straight to Arizona State. I went to Barrett, did a couple different majors before I settled on civic, economic thought, and leadership. And then I also chose a major in international business. And then after that, I went straight to Chicago, where I worked for a global creative advertising agency. I got to work on a couple cool projects with Stephen Curry and also Michelle Obama. So that was fun. I came back to school. Now I'm at Arizona State in the downtown campus studying sports journalism. I always tell the story that the reason that I was getting the job in Chicago, I was the only person in both the advertising and the marketing clubs at ASU, which those were big clubs. It was because I asked a good question. So I always trace that back to humane letters, the ability to think critically, actually ask good questions and not just surface level things. And they just ate it up. They loved it. So I attribute that completely to humane letters and my time here.
They say that it's a preparatory school because it prepares you for life, and I definitely see that. The rigorous nature of our classes here at Prep really helped me with college classes, even at a super high level. But my college counselors helped me calm down a lot, especially applying to some very difficult schools. I had so much pressure on myself, not only from myself, but my family, my friends, everyone kind of expected something. And my college counselors just walked in with a very open mind. They were listening to me actively, and I found new avenues to apply to college. And I honestly don't think I would have applied to the school I'm in right now if it wasn't for my college counselors.
I graduated in 2025. I went to the University of Tennessee. I've been there for 1 semester now. My sister is actually a senior here right now still, and I know a lot of the people in the auditorium as well. I played a lot of sports and clubs with them, so it was really fun to see everyone. And then looking back, what I wish I had known maybe as a senior, and just looking how far I've come as well into college. So it was a cool experience. I am taking a lot of basic classes my freshman year, but I think by going through Scottsdale Prep and its education helped prepare me a lot to make those easier classes. For my English class, it was kind of a seminar style-ish for some of our classes, and I think I was one of the few people who was able to have a good conversation with other people in the class, and I think the teachers noticed that. I think it prepares you well for learning how to talk to teachers, learning how to talk to other peers in a professional manner. So I think it's just set me up for a lot of opportunities within college and prepared me well for class as well.
In Louisiana, Great Hearts Harvestin in Baton Rouge hosted their 3rd annual Mardi Gras Fest. Mardi Gras is associated with New Orleans, but is also enthusiastically observed across southern Louisiana. At Harvestin, students celebrated with banners, beads, a special shoebox parade float project, a parade, and traditional king's cakes.
Great Hearts faculty and staff from academies across the valley recently took a half day for the annual Spring In-Service, which focused on teacher formation as a learner, providing time for connection through new knowledge, experiences, and skills. The options for faculty included a large catalog of opportunities to learn and grow, everything from traditional professional development sessions and seminars to art instruction, art appreciation, team sports, hiking, stage experiences, sourdough bread baking, and concerts.
Meet 2 sisters from Archway Prep that are excelling in some extraordinary activities outside of the classroom, juggling busy schedules and international travel while still flourishing academically at their academy.
Hi, my name is Stella Guglielmino, and I'm a junior here at Archway Prep. Hi, my name is Graciana, and I am a freshman at Archway Prep. So I do a sport that's called acrobatic gymnastics, and the shortened version, we just call it acro. I started in 3rd grade, and all I remember is seeing it in the gym that I go to now, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. I really want to do what these girls are doing. I'm in a trio, and I'm the base of my trio, and we do lots of competitions, so we're kind of in our preseason right now, but also kind of our on-season because we did a couple of international meets the last couple of months. So I normally have practice around 17 to 20 hours a week, I would say. So my daily schedule looks like wake up, go to school, go to practice, do my homework, and go to bed. And then I just repeat that every day. But I wouldn't want to do anything else because I love acro. A couple nationals ago, my trio, we did the Glenn Sunby Award, which means best performance for level 10s. We just went to Puerto Rico a couple weeks ago for Pan Ams. And then a month before that, we were in the UK in Sunderland to compete with USA International Development Track. So I do Irish dancing, and it's not very common, but it's kind of like Lord of the Dance or River Dance. I do practice about 4 times a week, and we do competitions about once a month. Last month, I went to the Oireachtas, but it's regionals, and I just qualified for nationals and worlds. Yeah, I really enjoy dancing with my friends. We've been doing it for so long, so I know a lot of people that do it now. So we have like a really good community. I just recently verbally committed to Oregon, so go Ducks, for their acrobatics and tumbling team. We also have some competitions for like regular acro right now because we're about to go into our season. It's going to be very busy. As I mentioned earlier, I just qualified for Worlds. It's in Chicago this year. Perseverance is the biggest one in my opinion because in dance you have like a dream that you want to work towards and can't ever give up because then you might fall back and you have to restart again. Arte has taught me a lot about time management. Sometimes there will be weekends where we have like competitions for our separate sports and they're in different locations. And so like our mom will have to go with one of us and our dad will have to go with the other. Probably like one of the most valuable things that Arte has taught me is how to be able to balance everything that you're given.
In other news, come see Veritas' production of Mary Poppins, March 5th through 8th, featuring an all-student cast and a live orchestra. It's going to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hey, you're in that, aren't you?
I'm playing Mrs. Banks, so I better see you there.
My name's Kit Giles, and I play Mary Poppins. The production is March 5th through 8th. You can just go to the Veritas website and get tickets off there. And it's gonna have a lot of magic in it. It's got a lot of good dance numbers, a lot of really good songs. She's kind of narcissistic, but in a good way, if that's possible. She's very prideful, but holds herself to a certain standard. She goes around to different families and kind of helps them realize the true meaning of family. We do have a live orchestra, and it's really amazing to listen to. There's never any mess ups in like a track that you would normally have at any other school, and it's really nice to hear like every single instrument. It's not exactly like the movie, but I think it's a little bit better, honestly. Come see Mary Poppins at Veritas Prep, March 5th through 8th. It'll be practically perfect in every way.
In sports, the winter season has just wrapped up, and we have the championship results from some of our high school teams.
We had a few of our high school teams that played in the finals, but it was the boys soccer team at Trivium Prep that brought home the championship win. And at the halftime of the girls soccer championship, Glendale Prep was awarded the 2A Girls Soccer Sportsmanship Award, voted on by the soccer officials in the 2A conference.
We also have the results from our Great Hearts Middle School League. In middle school boys tennis, Anthem Prep won the championship, while Chandler Prep took home the girls' title. In soccer, the middle school boys at Roosevelt Prep and the middle school girls at Glendale Prep finished on top. Veritas Prep won it all for baseball, and Anthem Prep completed a championship run in softball. Congratulations to all middle school teams for a successful winter season.
At North Phoenix Prep, Coach Brad Curtis was named the Arizona High School Cross Country Coach of the Year by the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association for coaching the girls cross country team, as selected by a committee of experts from around the nation. Congratulations, Coach Curtis.
And Olivia Sequeiros, a member and co-captain of Glendale Prep's varsity cheer team, was selected as an All-American cheerleader. As part of this incredible achievement, she traveled to Orlando, Florida, to perform in the Varsity Spirit Spectacular Parade at Walt Disney World. Congratulations, Olivia!
For our juniors and seniors across Great Hearts Academies, the Blazer Ceremony stands out as one of the most meaningful milestones in their high school career, serving as a visual representation of leadership within the academy.
It is with great pleasure that I stand before you today as we celebrate the excellent tradition of the Blazer Ceremony. These ties and blazers actually represent something far greater. You are being invited to take your place in a strong and enduring community. The blazer you will soon receive is more than a symbol of belonging. It is a mantle of leadership. Whether you are in the classroom, on the field, or walking the halls, you are now being called to lead. And this is a specific kind of leadership, one defined by value, not volume. It is found in the quiet consistency of your character, in the inclusive gesture that makes a classmate feel seen, and in the personal integrity you demonstrate when you think no one is watching. And so as we reach the purpose of our gathering here today, help create a pattern defined by your integrity, your curiosity, and your compassion.
what we have for all of our students, and when students move from our Archway program to our prep, they put on a new uniform, right? In putting that thing on, you're ready to go. Even if a little bit subconsciously, you're donning the garb to go into that event. We dress up for it because we take it seriously. Here's this piece of the uniform that you're wearing is emblematic of your high status, right? By virtue of all the work you've put in, your high status in this school as a junior, as a senior, and that's really important. Many people don't give young people the credit they deserve. This is something that says, no, you will be here, you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to think. So I think it's an opportunity to put them in that context with all their zeal, exuberance, intelligence, and wisdom, and put them in a context that really lifts that up. It's something that we really strive to do. We don't want to miss the mark and still recognize they're children who are forming and growing, but they are very mature, and we want to recognize that and honor that.
I think the Blazer ceremony really is a rite of passage for students. Everybody from 8th grade up attends the ceremony, so there's 3 years of coming to the Blazer ceremony and being able to see what's ahead for you as an 8th, 9th, and 10th grader, and then finally to be able to put that blazer on as an 11th grader is really a special moment for them.
I'm looking at students who have the blazer, who have the tie, who have their crest and their shirts, and it's the same uniform we have at all the various campuses across the valley, and it just reminded me that that's the goal, right? Is no matter where we're at, no matter how diverse we are, we share commonality in our purpose, and we get to do that by even just the uniform we're wearing, so the blazer.
It's so important that we recognize in them the benefit of their hard work, the way that we see them growing, maturing, striving. So it is incredibly important and just so meaningful to our students who have continued on and just learned so much and done such incredible things.
In Anthem, lower school students came together to celebrate cultures and traditions from around the world in their school's international festival.
Today we are celebrating the International Festival. It is our 2nd year of doing this amazing event. The students are immersed in all different continents. Every student is being given a map, and through the different continents, they're going to get a stamp after completing an activity. Each classroom might have a craft, an activity. We have Taekwondo, African mask making. We have Aubergine art for Australia. We're making penguins for Antarctica, Moroccans for South America. We have this year a pizza place, a churro ice cream place, a barbecue, and a Mexican restaurant, just to bring in some nationalities, and the 10% goes back to the school. Sometimes they just love rushing into their own classrooms first, and then just going one by one and seeing their friends. It's just a great event to get the community together and just enjoying time with families. Being with their teachers and building our culture and building our community is just always very important, and knowing that we're a very strong, loving community.
Oh my goodness.
Archway Prep recently hosted the NASP Archery Tournament. Please enjoy the alumni-made video montage of the event.
Thank you for tuning into this month's episode of Great Hearts, Great Stories. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, go Falcons!